Hello everybody and welcome to episode 69 of the Pentagon Challenge, and the top four war gets personal with a local derby against the almost uncrowned champions Flamengo. And this is a derby that's been very one-sided in recent years. The former Bayern Munich player Dante has his team playing exceptional football. He has been in charge since the year 2019 and he has been ultra successful with the club ever since, and to dethrone him now is the best time, especially with our own position potentially under threat. We are still struggling to get into the top five of the league with just the 3 games remaining. We need to win against Flamengo to stand any chance of potentially getting that top 5 result and not having to win the Brazilian Cup to get the Copa Libertadores football. But Flamengo, if they win here, I would expect them to be crowned champions again, as they have broken out into a phenomenal 5-point lead over Santos. You can see how the form has varied between the top clubs, like Grêmio and Santos, for example, not so good. The Corinthians, unbeaten but only 1 win in the last 5. Cruzeiro have lost once. Palmeiras in pretty good form, and we've lost a game recently as well. Meaning there's a lot of work to do if we're going to get this derby result, get a victorious derby result. I can just show you quickly how badly Vasco need to improve in this derby. So we'll ignore the top half of the history. It's the bottom half I'm more concerned about. So since 2022, it's basically been a one-way traffic, and they were a run of 5 games without a single point to show for it. So there you go, 1-0 loss, 1-0 loss, 3-1 loss, 3-0 loss and 3-0 loss. So it's been horribly one-sided. Now I get my first crack at the defending champions. Let's see how we get on. But if we go back to the schedule, this is how we got on since the Grêmio match, which was disappointingly a 1-1 draw. Fantastically, we got a 3-1 win out of Sao Paulo, but we're made to work for this one. They took an early or an instant equaliser out of us after Christian Barros scored, but then I decided enough was enough. I cannot wait any longer, and we pushed forward to try and win the game. And Leandro was the super sub coming off the bench to make it 2-1, and Alexandre scored an absolute cracker from distance. I can show you that really quickly if you want. So 1 moment of your time, please. Okay, here's the highlight for you now. So picture the scene. Daniel Guedes out wide right on the ball, defeats a tackler. Alexandre just hammers it into the top corner. He only needed 1 touch. I know 20 yards doesn't seem like a lot, but it was just a supreme shot, never going to be saved, and that gave us the crucial win. But then somehow, just a few days later, like, I had to rotate the team, but Atletico Mineiro said thank you very much, we're going to dismantle the new players, and it was 1 goal at the end of both halves that did it. Ozuna in the 45th minute, and then Osvaldo in the 88th minute. Oh dear, oh goodness me. Yeah, that was not a very exciting game. So the sooner we forget about it, the better. But if we had won that, we would be in the top 5. We'd be on 61 points and potentially challenging for second place. But now that is an impossible dream. I doubt it can happen, as the Brazilian Cup final interferes with our preparations for the Joinville match, which we should win no matter what. And then Santos will conclude the top 4 war on the final day, the 8th of December there. The Immaculate Conception, if you're of a Christian disposition. So anyway, without further ado, let's hope for a massive result against Flamengo. They're just unstoppable at the minute. They had a bad patch there, but look, unbeaten since September in the league, and then they were knocked out of the Brazilian quarter-finals, or Brazilian Cup quarter-finals, but ever since then they've been playing like champions, and we're going to have to do something to stop them. And then their season, I don't know why it stops there. Might be another glitch. Yeah, there we go. Never mind. But they have a very difficult run in, so we could make it hard for them. This will be my team. Again, I'm limiting myself to this single strategy, the 4-2-3-1 narrow. But these are the players I believe can win. Croatia is my only regret. I'd rather not play him there. But Rafael Magalhaes, he's just gotten terrible again. He has not played well in his last 3 starts, and I feel benching him is the only appropriate measure to get him back to his best. And now the slightly blurry league table, you can still see Flamengo are leading the way, the only team to have 21 wins or over 20 wins, however you want to look at it. But they've lost 8 times and we've lost 7 times, so it's just regret that we've drawn as often as we have. So this is their narrow formation, the 4-2-2-2, Arthur and Lourvial up front. I think they are some of the best in the league. We'll double check that, but I think we'll go and check on these wing backs as well. That's a fantastic player on the right and a pretty good player on the left, but it's these guys. Lourvial, how many goals has he scored? He's only scored 5 times. 13 times in the Brazilian Brasilerao, and Arthur has not so many, but he could still be a good player. We're getting distracted, so my apologies. I don't know if they have any injuries. No, it doesn't look like they have serious injuries, but the players that are scoring for them seemingly not picked. Douglas Baggio is their very, very good player. He's seemingly benched. And Marcus Vicinius is also on the bench. I'll have to double check that. Those are the best players and they're not picked. So Baggio and Vicinius are benched. That is crucial. But we can't rule these guys out for a minute. They are the champions for good reason. How about the midfield? Pereira, fantastic player for only 21. And Adrian, you should know him from the previous FMs and Leeds United if you're a fan. He wasn't very good for Leeds, let's be honest, but he still played for them. So let's just mark these guys up. No more chitter chatter. I just want to get this game over and done with. We can celebrate Brazilian Cup final this time next week, but not unless we win this game first. I don't want to give the championship on a silver platter to our big rivals. No way, Jose. I will not accept it. But one thing I do have to point out as well is the board are not happy with me not playing direct football very often, so I'm going to have to stay loyal to that promise. I have to go mixed most of the time because the players are not good at keeping the ball, but I'll just have to say get revenge and make sure you keep passing direct, getting behind the channels and hitting some shots at their goalkeeper. I think that has worked. The Maracana is the destination for these derby games, and we're going to have to keep these fans happy if we're going to be given another shot at this job next season. So this is the kickoff. Flamengo have a changed kit. I would prefer it if they had their home jersey, but you can't really decide these things on Football Manager. We have our traditional black and white strip, and we're going to go and try and win this derby. And it's an early chance already for Flamengo. The rain is dropping here in Rio, but Flamengo's first chance is easily caught by the goalkeeper. Here's our chance. Guedes, Sepulveda, Leandro, over to Barrios, into an unmarked Sepulveda. He's put it wide. It's necessary to book. Guedes now on the right hand side, unmarked. He's hit the post, I think. Yes, he did, but I think he should have tapped it across to a teammate. What can Arthur do? He can do nothing, as it's a great tackle by Leandro. That's the end of the highlight. Not happy with what I'm seeing, so we're going to push forward. Yellow card for Ascasabar, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. And terrible first half, it must be said. I didn't enjoy any of that, so we're going to try and go for it in the second half. Pass into space. Maybe go back to balance, see how that goes. Tell them I'm far from pleased with what I've seen, and that seems to have worked. I know Croatia might want to do something else up front. Maybe he'll be a false 9, get closer to a Van Der who should be on attack. See if that makes a difference. Pro zone, I won't use it immediately, but if I have to, I will. But one thing we can check for you as soon as possible are the shots we've taken in comparison to Flamengo, Daniel Guedes, and I'll just quickly pause. And the shots, oh, I like this. This must have been patched. So the color scheme has been added. So overall, our shots will be 6. So we had the one blocked from outside the box. We had that great chance from Sepulveda, or sorry, no, number 14 is Correia. He missed it. And then the right back, Guedes, had his shot saved, and then the rebound hit the woodwork. Or was it? No, okay, I'm a bit confused. Anyway, yeah, one blue is saved and orange is blocked. No, hit woodwork is blue. Yeah, that makes sense. Sorry about that, guys. Complimenting a new feature and getting totally wrong. You can't forgive those kind of things, but we'll laugh and learn from the experience. Here we go, we've got one more highlight to watch, and then I'll make a substitution. Douglas Baggio over to Henrique Nandez. What a chip pass that was. Luan versus Ronaldo. Penalty. Adrielson has pushed down the man, and this could be Flamengo's championship coronation, and it's so soft. Douglas Baggio only on the pitch, saved by the keeper. What a terrible penalty that was. But now we might want to go back to counter-attacking mode. Vasilius has also hit the post. Yes, that was off the post. Before we confirm those substitutions, we need to study Prozone and see what on earth is going wrong. The first thing I want to see are the passes. 19 of them are key, so we'll have a look there, and that's not bad, but we're biased on this side. So as I probably said in a Shenhua episode, we need to balance it out on both ends of the pitch, whereas Flamengo have hit only 12, so that's not great, it has to be said. The crossing, 12 interceptions, not so good. We'll select them all, and that's not good enough, all on that right hand side, so that's pretty crucial as far as I can tell. Fouls, yeah, okay, 21 tackles, 1, fair enough. The set piece, select, yeah, so as you can see, a lot of them have been corners and throw-ins and stuff. Scoring chances, clear cut, the 2 from the right back, and then 1 was from Sepulveda. We haven't had anything in a while, so that makes a bit of sense. The goalkeeper hasn't had much to do. He did save the penalty. He parried it. There you can, I don't know what the light green, yeah, okay, never mind. Movement, dribbles, again, bias on the right hand side, so I'm going to adjust to that. Average positions and heat map, let's see. Yeah, again, this is probably all relative, but look how close all the midfielders are. They need to spread out a bit. So that's what I've deduced from my Prozone studies, and we'll try and make that count now. So we might switch these roles about. We want Barrios to attack, and Sepulveda, he can continue to support. But as I said, I want to be totally biased towards this left flank, see if it gets the goal we need, and then we'll leave it at that. The substitutions can now be declared. We have 1 defensively minded player and 1 all-out striker. Let's see how it works. So Flamengo have had such a good second half compared to us, but for the minute I don't want to go. Oh, he's gashed his bloody head, hasn't he? Centurion gets the throw in. Guedes, Sepulveda, lovely held by Thiago. So I want to go out wide completely, but this is our chance. Barrios, can he find Sepulveda? Yes, no, can do with that pass. Guedes, so much more dominant on the right hand side. Barrios tries to find Guedes, but look at Centurion cleaning up house. Alexandre to Guedes, he just needs to cross. It's not going to work like that. Thiago takes his kick, but it looks like Vasco are looking up for this. Magales, he has the bandage on his head, at least that's something, but it's a big distraction for a player who needs to be up front. Alexandre now has a chance to counter. Sepulveda, Magales, get in! It's a huge goal in the context of the season, and he always seems to come up with these gigantic opportunities, and now we can start to defend just a little bit, but I know Ronaldo's limited in his fullback duties, but it doesn't mean Barrios can't attack down that side either. So what a goal from Magalhaes. He never seems to shy away from the big games. It's always the little ones that let me down. I need to make one last change. I have an idea what I can do. It's going to be Goulart for Croatia. He hasn't been so good. So I'll move these boys backwards like this, like that. Alexandre, you can still be the deep line playmaker if you want. That works for me. And then we'll push Goulart backwards. He can I'd rather him support, and then Sepulveda can do that, and Barrios can do that. That's fine. So we're gonna risk Magalhaes for the remainder of the game with his gashed head, and that goal, I know making substitutions so soon ruins the momentum, but I'm absolutely delighted that we're trying to beat our rivals in this crucial game. That's cleared on as far as Douglas Baggio, and Pereira somehow, someway, Andrini has kept us in the game again. Oh, it's fantastic work by the goalkeeper. Goulart comes on for us now. Have they made their third change? They have. It's Matthews. So we're going to respond to that. Yeah, he's a DM, but we can still close him down. And Vicinius, who I have not yet dealt with, can now get specific instructions. Here's Barrios. Nen doesn't win the header cleanly, but that's a nice counter kick. But unfortunately Baggio has a chance, and Nen intercepts. Alexandre to Centurion, over to Ronaldo. Alexandre, long ball to Goulart. Magalhaes, Sepulveda, all alone. What a pass! And Magalhaes, that could have been absolutely ravishing, but unfortunately the final touch went wide. Guedes with another steal for Vasco, but unfortunately this is Baggio. Great chance, and now tightening up is the name of the game. We're going to go defensive at this point. It might be too soon, but Vasco da Gama, under all circumstances, really need to work hard towards this top 5. If the other teams win their games in hand, then I can't really complain about that, but it snuck in, an own goal. Ronaldo, oh, he was on the line and it snuck through him. Bother, absolute bother. Jesus, the keeper couldn't do anything about it. That's gutting. I don't think they deserved anything out of this. Maybe they did, I don't know. But my God, Flamengo are champions for a reason. But we're going to try and save this tie from going to be another draw. I know we lose against these guys so often, but a draw would be improvement, unless Ronaldo now being forced to push up a little bit. Magalhaes, beautiful tackle by that defender. Vicinius is his name, yeah. But now Barrios, Sepulveda. It's too close to the keeper. Come on, push. I told you to tighten up, and now you're going to have to forget about it. Go for this win. We need it so badly. Andrini clears, no one available for him. Adrian gives it away. Adrelison, he's also lost it, but Alexandre still had the ball. Magalhaes, terrible pass. There were 3 Sao Paulo or Flamengo players ready for that. And Pereira, he nearly won it as well for Flamengo. Absolute drama to the bitter end. And if Flamengo score here, then we are doomed. It's not to be the case. Santos are still outside shots for the league, but we are just drawing far too often. Barrios can't get that loose ball that he initially intercepted. Vicinius decides to kick it into the car park, well, as best he can, I suppose. This is the real final chance. We've gone into the last minute now. Barrios, Magalhaes, Sepulveda needs to help. He chooses Ronaldo. That's it. Thiago, he wants to attack. It's a foul. Adrelison not punished for giving away a penalty earlier on in the tie. That's the end. Maracana has witnessed a very entertaining 1-1 draw, but it has been the story of Vasco's season. These ties are just too numerous to really stand a chance of winning the title. Well done to Sepulveda for being the player of the match, but Magalhães, he would have really been delighted to get the win here today. But next year we're going to have to beat Flamengo in some sort of tournament, whether it be the Rio State or the league itself. We're going to have to do it. But look, 14 draws in 36 games. That's the most out of anybody except Joinville, who are destined for the relegation scenario. So that's just terrible from Vasco's point of view. We're 11 points back, and that just makes no sense for the former champions. And we could be out of the top 4 battle if Cruzeiro, Palmeiras win their games in hand. They'll be on 63 points with 2 to go. That seems almost unstoppable. But if we win the Brazilian Cup in the next episodes, then I suppose I'll be given the benefit of the doubt. But again, it is very, very difficult to beat your local rivals. We're going to force Magalhães to play through this injury. We don't have many other options. But anyway, that's the end of this very long episode. We'll see you for Fortaleza at the first leg of the Brazilian Cup final. We only have 5 days to prepare for that, and then we have them again at the Castelão, their home ground. So let's win this Brazilian Cup and make sure the Copa Libertadores has our name in the hat. So see you for the next episodes, guys, and I hope you're enjoying the series as you have been for so long now. Bye for now.